scam that pissed me off the most, because this one's really shady, if you ask me. Hey guys, and welcome back. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm Mickey. This is McFlippins. I'm a eBay reseller, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about scams or scammers on the eBay platform, which really isn't as big as a deal as you'd think it'd be. It's one of the things I hear the most from people that don't want to sell on eBay, or people that have sold on eBay in the past. Oh no, eBay, it's Feebay, it's too expensive, there's too many scammers, which fees, yes, but you gotta pay to play, right? So, and you're paying for a platform of millions of eyes, or billions of eyes anyway. And the scammer thing, not so much, but I have had people try to scam me in the past. It's going to happen. It's just one of those things where you do it long enough, it's gonna happen. So, but I will say, in the amount of time I've been selling on eBay, which is honestly pretty long time, this current account that we have only goes back to like 2014, and we've only started taking eBay seriously about 6 months ago. But I've been selling on there for a long time, just casually. So, and that's when I had one of my first ones. One of my first is when we were new, and that's when you're probably going to get most of your people trying to scam you, is when you're a newer account. So, but I just want to go over some sales really too. We're going to go over some sales also during this quick video. But our first sale today, a My Little Pony accessory, vintage Hasbro My Little Pony accessory lot. Gina listed these, so I don't know if this all goes to like one pony or if this is just an amalgamation of different accessories. But that sold for $12.97 plus shipping. So, and that came with a bunch of He-Man stuff that I bought recently. He-Man, She-Ra, some other stuff. But yeah, when we first started selling, I tried to sell, I think it was a camera. Yeah, it was like a really nice Canon DSLR camera that I had. And I went to sell it. And I don't know what you'd call this, but like I got an email saying, I've made the payment, ready, excited for this, can't wait to get it, made the payment. So I'm like, cool, because it was like $300 sale. And I was broke as a joke at the time. So $300 is, well, still is a lot of money to me. But so $300, I was like, yes, let's do this. So I went to, packaged it up and was about to ship it. And then I'm like, there's nothing in my PayPal. This is back in the day when PayPal was still there, or you could still use it for as a buyer or seller. You can still use it as a buyer, but not as a seller. Had it all packaged up, ready to get it out, and I'm like, there's nothing in my PayPal. There's nothing from eBay. It's just this guy said he paid, and he sent me several messages and like threatening me actually to ship it, and I didn't, because I did a quick Google search. I mean, that's all it takes, really, to sometimes if it sounds fishy, look it up. It's like that Craigslist scam where I'll write you a check for, you want $500, but I'll write you a check for $2,000. You can keep $700, and I'll take the $1,300. Some kind of, it's like, that's what it sounded like to me. So I Googled it, and yeah, it was definitely a scam. The guy was trying to screw me out of my camera, and I didn't fall for it, thankfully, but I was this close. I was this close to shipping it. So thank God I Googled it, but that was a long time ago, and I haven't had that happen since, honestly. That was a long time ago, almost 10 years ago. See what year is it now? Yeah, literally 10 years ago, too. I've had this account for 10 years. Anyway, next sale. Vintage Fisher-Price Puff-A-Lump. This actually came with the He-Man and She-Ra stuff too, actually. It's been a good lot for me the last week. I'm glad I bought it now. He sold for $17 free shipping, so just stick him in a poly mailer and good to go. But cute little guy. But he had a shirt. He was missing his shirt. If he had his shirt and he was in a little better condition, probably could have got 30 or 40 for them. So, and that's honestly something I probably wouldn't have bought, but the guy threw it in with all the He-Man stuff, and he's like, it's all or nothing. And I'm like, all right. So, but I'm glad he threw it in. Thank you. And then the next scam that people have tried to use on me is item not received. Because I used to have some bad habits of, mainly I think that sometimes my printer was out of ink and I was too cheap to go out and buy ink. This is back before I had a thermal printer, which I highly suggest you getting if you don't have one. If you're looking to be a serious reseller, get one. But yeah, and this is another bad habit. If you aren't using eBay's shipping, you're making a mistake, I think. I've used to do this a lot in the past where I would just go to the post office, have them do the whole spiel, weighing, measuring, pay them, but you're paying more money, one. Two, it doesn't automatically provide the tracking to your eBay listing, which if you fail to do so with that receipt, take that receipt, put the tracking number to your listing, it makes you an easy target for somebody to say, I didn't get this item. And somebody tried it on me a couple times, actually, but each time, because I was too lazy to upload the tracking, because I'm like, oh, people are trustworthy these days, right? No, just not the case, unfortunately. But looking for sponsors. That's not a sponsor, but I'll take sponsors. Next sale. It's World War II group. World War II USMC group. But then in this case, just use eBay shipping, and if you don't, which you really should, upload that tracking. Always upload your tracking information. Because one time it was a He-Man Scare Glow that I sold for over $100 at the time, and it was weeks actually that they went by, and I had to go crazy looking for the receipts, because back then I wasn't selling on eBay too seriously, just occasionally here and there. And I couldn't find the dang receipt. I'm like, I'm screwed. He's like, I probably didn't even have the money to refund if it was there. But it worked out, because I did find it after I tore both of our cars apart, threw everything out, because found it finally on the floor in between a seat or something like that. Uploaded the tracking. eBay sided with, like, look, it was delivered, shows delivered, thank God, and it closed out, and he never tried again. So he must have been like, dang it, almost got away with that one, but he didn't. So, but yeah, this was the next line. So World War II USMC groupings all came from a flea market a couple of years ago now. But I paid like $40 for a pile of stuff. That was amalgamation. There was some Spanish American War stuff in there, some other World War II stuff. I paid like $40 for the whole pile. I made my money back on it, I'm sure, a long time ago, but this stuff just sold. It's a piss cutter hat and a pair of leggings. And this is kind of neat, because you can tell the difference between a Marine leggings. Well, these ones are marked Marine Corps. And that's your quintessential Marine Corps name stamp of the era, which the Army didn't do quite as much. You'll see more laundry numbers stamped in Army stuff than Marines. In Marines, you'll see their names generally stamped in there. But the Marines also had a unique pattern of leggings. You don't care, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that sold for $41, free shipping. So out the door. It's been on my eBay since I started about 6 months ago. So I'm honestly just glad to be rid of it. And one more really quick sale. World War II era ROTC. What is ROTC? Recruit Officer Training Corps? Something like that. Pershing, the PR stands for Pershing's Rifles. It's a decent patch. That's all for $15.97, free shipping. But the scam that pissed me off the most, because this one's really shady, if you ask me, and What it was, I sold a vintage Dale Earnhardt NASCAR t-shirt, the Intimidator, because I bought this great collection of racing shirts at a flea market a few years ago. And when I was selling those out, sold most of them on eBay. I sold some at Brimfield. But buyer got it, complained about something. It was like dirty or something like that, but it was a black shirt, so I don't know how you can tell a black shirt's dirty. But anyway, asked for item return. I accept the return. I get it back. It's just a plain black t-shirt. It wasn't a Dale Earnhardt t-shirt. It was just and so I had to fill out an affidavit. I had to send pictures of my listing, the pictures of what they sent me. In the end, eBay did side with us, and we were able to get our money back, but we were out the shirt. So, I guess it worked out, but that one ticked me off because that's just shady, and I've seen some people where they'll send back garbage, literal garbage. Luckily, I've never had that happen to me, but, that's just, come on, But other than that, I've honestly haven't really had too many scams come my way, thank God, And in my short amount of time that I've been doing eBay seriously these last 6 months, I've had one return, and it was just simply because it was a camping shower, military issue camping shower, like it was a canvas bucket that you could put water in, and it drained water, and it was a shower. And the buyer bought it and decided, don't think I'll ever use it, I think was his reason. So I was like, whatever. And I accept free returns anyway. So I got it back. I sold it a few weeks later. So it was all fine and dandy. But so far, that's been my only return since I've started doing this seriously. And then other than the Dale Earnhardt shirt a couple of years ago, that was, I think, the only 2 returns I've ever really had to deal with on eBay. So, and I figured with more volume that I'm selling, it's going to be happening more, because that's just how the math works, But it's not as common as people really make it out to be. Especially in what I sell. Like, I could see it with people buying like clothes, vintage, or like clothes and shoes and stuff, trying it on, not liking it, sending it back. I sell some vintage clothing here and there, but most of what I sell is collectible stuff. So maybe that has a little bit more to do with people not wanting to return it, because generally when people buy He-Man collectibles or Star Wars, they buy it because they want it, not because they're looking to wear it. You know what I mean. Anyway, but this was the last sale. These are the sales I woke up to this morning. Last sale, World War II Individual Clothing and Equipment Field Manual. This little book sold for $40, free shipping. But it's pretty neat. Lots of really cool pictures, especially if you're a military nerd. But I'd imagine reenactor probably bought that because it shows you how to lay out your gear and do all this cool stuff. But so $40, free shipping on that. But yeah, so let me know. I'm sure I missed some scams. I just kind of went over the ones that I've had to personally deal with myself. So let me know some scams that have happened to you. Were you able to resolve them, or were you SOL? I guess that's it for today, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time.